name is LIANNE, and this is my God story. Looking back at my whole life, I so clearly can see the faithfulness of the Lord. I was blessed to grow up attending Gateway and have grown up in a family that deeply loves the Lord. And during COVID, I really was wanting to do a missions trip, but they kept on getting canceled every single time I signed up for one. And as I looked into what I was going to do after graduation, I decided to look into missions programs. And as I was looking, I came across the World Race. And as I continued to look into it and then commit to it, I truly felt the Lord's peace and knew that this is exactly where He wanted me. There was always something in me that wanted to do overseas missions, but it just seemed to disappear every time I had the opportunity. This past year, I had the opportunity to go on the Race, which is a 9-month missions and discipleship program. And the Lord moved in so many ways, both in the nations and in my own heart. I have witnessed what the Lord can do with a willing heart, and He says, "You'll seek me and find me when you seek me with all of your heart." It says all of your heart, not just part of it. And I can say with confidence that the Lord has shown me the fruit of choosing Him over the world. Growing up, I was a perfectionist and a people pleaser, and a lot of the time looking back, I see this feeding into my relationship with the Lord. I wanted to do all the right things to please Him, wanted to check all the boxes off, and so often didn't live in the freedom of what it looks like to have a relationship with the Lord. This past year, I spent the most time doing spiritual disciplines and reading my Bible and felt the most free that I've ever felt in the Lord. It comes now from a place of loving the Lord and longing for more of Him. I realized that obedience is meant to come from a willing heart. It's not meant to come from just doing all the right things. The Creator of the universe wants a relationship with me, and who am I to think that something else is more worth my time? God walked me through a journey of slowing down as well. I love to be busy and always doing something, and so often those things became my priority, and the Lord was something that I tried to fit into my schedule. I realized that He wanted to spend time with me. It wasn't something I needed to fit into my schedule, but rather somebody I got to walk my whole day with. Coming home was an adjustment because North America is so busy and it's just a go, go, go culture. It's been a season of truly prioritizing my quiet time with the Lord and refocusing my gaze on Him throughout my day. I've experienced what freedom of Christ looks like, and it doesn't have to change depending on my location. I was reading Galatians 5:1, and it says, "It is freedom that Christ has set us free. Stand firm then, and do not let yourself be burdened again by a yoke of slavery." I've experienced what freedom in the Lord looks like, and I no longer want to be held by the chains of slavery. And this is a choice that we get to make each day. Later in Galatians 5, it talks about the way that living in the Spirit contradicts the way of living to the desires of the flesh. And the Lord has shown me how the choices of the Spirit lead to life and how the choices of this earth truly lead to death. As I've fallen deeper in love with the Lord, I've also watched myself and others fall deeper in love with His people around the world. The more I understand who the Father is, the more I see the undeserving grace I've received and desire so badly for each person to know that grace and love from their Father. There's so much brokenness in this world, and anyone can see it. It's obvious and it's not hidden. There's so many people walking through life in this brokenness and darkness who don't have the hope of Jesus. They don't know the light that's waiting in the darkness. It was such an opportunity to have these 9 months to share this light with people, to bring the light into the darkness, and to live in a community with others who deeply desire to be lights on the hill for others. I've so clearly seen God change my heart for the nations and burn for every nation, tribe, and tongue to know the name of Jesus. It's been such a blessing to see all these different places, but I've come to the point where it's not about where I'm going. It's the fact that I get to see people hear the good news and see people's lives changed. It's about walking a life set apart for the Lord no matter where I am. There's people in Asia and Africa that so deeply need to know the name of Jesus and the grace that's available to them, but there's also people in Abbotsford that need to know that same good news. I have the privilege this year to step into a leadership role with the World Race, and I'm just so thankful for the support and prayers from my Gateway family, and I can't wait to see what the Lord does this year in the hearts of the nations, but also the hearts of the people here at Gateway. I'm LIANNE, and this is God's story.